Here's what happens when people skip the research and just bolt on whatever motor they find cheap. They end up with something underpowered that won't plane, or overpowered that flexes the transom on a light aluminum hull, or just mechanically dead in the middle of a lake. A John boat without the right motor isn't a boat. It's a very flat raft. And when you're splitting costs with a group of friends on a tight timeline, you don't have money for mistakes. The good news? Getting this right is not complicated. John boats are about the most forgiving platform in boating. But you do need to understand two things: what the boat is rated for and what you actually need it to do. Every John boat has a capacity plate riveted to the transom or somewhere near the stern. It tells you the maximum horsepower the hull is rated for. This is not a suggestion. It's a structural limit. Small John boats, we're talking 12 to 14 feet, are usually rated somewhere between 5 and 15 horsepower. A 16-footer might go up to 25. Go over that number, and you're not just voiding some warranty. You're stressing a thin aluminum hull that was not designed to absorb that kind of torque and cavitation. So before you buy any motor, find that plate. If the boat you're looking at doesn't have one, ask the seller to find it, or walk away and find one that does. It's that important. Okay, so people get these mixed up, and it matters. A trolling motor runs on a 12-volt battery. It's quiet, it's electric, and it moves you along at a few miles per hour. It's designed for fishing, slow, precise movement. It is not designed to get 4 people across a lake on a hot afternoon. A gas outboard is what you think of when you think boat motor. It has a propeller, it runs on gasoline, and it actually moves the boat at real speed. For what you're describing, a group of friends, hanging out, tooling around, you want a gas outboard. Something in the 6 to 15 horsepower range depending on your hull rating. Now, a trolling motor as a secondary, sure, that's a nice add-on someday, but get the outboard first. Since you're shopping used, you'll run into both. Here's the quick version. 2-stroke outboards are older technology. They're lighter, simpler to work on, and you mix oil into the gas. They're louder and they smoke a little. 4-stroke outboards are cleaner, quieter, more fuel-efficient, and run on straight gasoline. For a small outboard in this horsepower range, I'd personally lean toward a used 4-stroke. Brands like Honda, Yamaha, Tohatsu, and Mercury all make solid small 4-strokes, and they hold up well used if they've been maintained. That said, a well-maintained 2-stroke from a reputable brand is totally fine for what you're doing. What I'd avoid is buying anything without running it first. Hear it run. Check the impeller service history if you can. A seized outboard is just a very heavy anchor. All right, practical mode. You've got a $200 boat and trailer, which is a great start. Now budget realistically for the motor. A small used outboard in good running condition, 5 to 9.9 horsepower, is going to run you somewhere between $400 and $900 depending on age, brand, and hours. A Tohatsu 6 horsepower or a Yamaha F6 used is a great target for a small John boat. If your hull is rated up to 15 horsepower and it's a 14-footer or longer, a used 9.9 gives you a little more headroom. Don't forget you also need safety gear. Life jackets for everyone, a throw cushion, a whistle or horn, and depending on your state, registration. Most states require you to register even a small outboard-powered boat. Budget may be another $100 to $150 for that gear and fees. All in, you could be on the water this summer for under $200 split between friends. That's a hard deal to beat.